those horns and put it up someone's butt!
Is this my first shooter? Have they never made another shooter?
No. Blabbity, 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 blabbity.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Blabbity, 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 blah, blah.
Gonna blow your eardrums. My singing is crap.
Blah, blabbity, 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 blah, blah.
Go up the hill, you stupid hedgehog! Tails can do it!
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing
If there's
Duck.
trouble, you call DW.
Who?
Darkwing Duck.
Let's get dangerous.
I may not
Earthbound.
be a smart man, but I know what love is.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, whatever. That was worth it.
Sven! Put the present down, that's not yours!
Why is he from Jersey?
We did it.
That's it? You did it with one man and half of a life left?
That's right, Loki has gone down. Arthur used his magic weapon to finally destroy Loki.
All right,
We do the
everybody,
shuffle?
let's shuffle.
I'm freaking racing, I'm freaking rad. Yeah, I'm rad! Can you look how rad I am?
It's like you want it, and you gotta. It's not that like you have to have it, but we're live.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. We are going to start with our review here. Just going through the list of...
Double
Um,
audio. That's kind of weird. Do you hear feedback or no?
when I mute Scanline here, the Twitch chat, or
Oh.
when I mute Twitch, I don't
Okay.
hear feedback.
All right, got
Hey,
it.
Slippy. Hey, Gosmic. Welcome in. So yeah, so this is our show where we go through the last week's worth of new retro achievement sets, and let me toss up a link to retroachievements.org.
This one's a mixed bag this week. It's not predominantly all Saturn.
Yeah, last week was very much
Saturn-esque.
all Saturn, almost all Saturn.
All Saturn
This
all
week
the time.
we've really got a handful here, so we can go through them without feeling too rushed, for sure. What new games do we have today? We will see. We will see. So we started off. It is the 12th today. So last Monday was the 5th. So we're starting off on the 6th of stuff. And I think we did talk about Little Magic. We did talk about Fisher Price. I think because this happens every week because they are on UTC time probably. So their February 6th is comes a little early for when we're doing the show. We're already starting to see stuff from then. So I think the first game this week is this one, which is a DDR game. This one looks a little bit different than your typical DDR. Like possibly it's some specific genre of music.
Oh, Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, DDR, Dance Dance Revolution. So there's already quite a few different DDR games on the site, and our friend Cassie, looks like Cassie's already badged this one.
She loves
but our
Dance
friend-
Dance Revolution.
She does. Let me
She
throw her a
does.
shout out. She is the go-to person to talk to about DDR games. We can take a look at this one real quick. Hopefully not get into any hot water about the various songs they have in it. We'll see.
Personally, I would
Um,
rather watch people play Dance Dance Revolution in the arcades than actually play it myself. Because knowing me, I'll do it and then trip over my feet and probably like bust my face open. So, more power to you if you can keep up with the dance moves. I've definitely seen some crazy battles for Dance Dance Revolution. So, it's super big in the arcade. So actually,
Yeah, so let's put this on. I'll put this on mute because we don't know what kind of songs are on there and what their licensing is.
well,
So I would say this is the kind of game you should be a little bit concerned about before you stream it, because it's going to be all songs, right? Like you play a Guitar Hero game or a Rock Band game, or Dance Revolution game, and the various algorithms for Twitch and YouTube are going to pick up on those songs automatically. That's kind of crazy looking.
How adorable. There's a
Okay,
play.
so this is like kids'
Mhm.
songs.
Dance, dance, revolution.
Oha Star. So I think Oha Star is like Good Morning Star.
So it's a kid's
You use
game.
your feet in this game. Yeah, so it's probably focused on like kids music in Japan. So maybe like Kamen Rider songs or essentially Power Ranger songs. Yeah, so it's about what you'd expect from a DDR game, but with like PlayStation era avatars there.
Seems that way. So the place near me, round one, they have like every Saturday they have a Dance Dance Revolution competition, and then like at the end of the month, like the last Saturday of the month, like they give out a trophy to someone who's been like going strong on Dance Dance Revolution and like knocking people out. I was there one Saturday and I watched it, and the way people have control over moving and hitting those steps is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine most people who were playing this game were probably playing it with controllers rather than with the Dance Mats. I mean, you can obviously get the Dance Mats for them, but
I saw Cassie play with the dance mat and I was impressed. Like she was busting
Mm.
moves all over the place. I was like, wow. She was really good at the game, so
I know there's a clip of Sark where Sark was trying to do DDR and he fell down and he didn't get up for a while and chat was getting pretty worried. So yeah, play at your own risk if
yeah,
you're not
please.
if you don't have very much balance.
In a wide open area where there's nothing that you can crack your head on. And
Yeah,
make sure you have
with
lots of
thick
water.
carpet,
Yeah, with
thick
very
carpet
thick
to fall
carpet.
onto. So it looks like the set here is pretty straightforward. Clear a bunch of music songs. TJ says, I never played DDR, but I was pretty sold with Guitar Hero back in the day.
Guitar Hero was awesome.
Yeah. It's different kinds of music. Like a lot of the Guitar Hero music is more like, I mean, obviously they have more like poppy type stuff too, but I think it's more like rock songs. And I don't know, like a lot of rock music isn't very danceable, I guess.
Mosh pit.
I don't know. Yeah, you get like mosh pits and stuff like that. So it's not really like, I don't know. It's anything that has a rhythm you can dance to, I guess, to some extent. But it's not quite like I don't know, like a mambo or a polka or a,
you know what was solid about Guitar Hero? My friend Gabe said it. Guitar Hero was something that brought people together because he used to set up Guitar Hero in his basement, and he would have the drums, the guitars, and everything, and you have the microphones all set up. He was really big into it, and a lot of people used to go over his house and play Guitar Hero and the drums, and you really get into it. So Guitar Hero is really good at bringing people together to play the songs that they like. Dance Dance Revolution, I feel like, is just a straight out competition of skills.
Yes, I think you could say that maybe not so much Guitar Hero, but like Rock Band.
Rock Band, that was it.
Everybody was playing on different instruments, and you were playing together for a song, even if you were playing with like fake instruments.
That was it. It was Rock Band.
Guitar Hero and DDR are both more competitive, I think, by nature. I don't know if you can do a duet, or like a dual guitar song, or maybe one's doing rhythm and one's doing lead guitar. Maybe you can on Guitar Hero. I haven't played it, but I would think Rock Band is maybe more that cooperative element, where DDR is more the competitive.
Yeah, Rock Band is more like Rock Band's getting together. That's right. I got the game confused because I mean you're using the guitar for everything anyway. I mean I think the guitars are even compatible between Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Right, but you had like drums too, and
Right,
other
and the drums were incorporated in there along with vocals.
yeah.
But all right, so we're on to our next one, Final Fantasy
Yep.
Chronicles, Final Fantasy IV. This is one that, again, Gabe was telling me. So he played this, and he gave it to me, to try out. I've heard that this game has terrible loading times, and it has a bunch of animated movies that are in it that really don't need to be in there, that cause even drastic loading times. So I would say really play this one at your own risk when it comes to trying to do the set for it. But other than that, it seems like a pretty cool game and doesn't seem like that much of a big set there, Baron.
No, it's I mean it's 79 achievements, so it's a pretty hefty set. It's Final Fantasy IV, right, which was originally on Super Nintendo. This is the this is obviously the PlayStation version, and there's actually I think there's a GBA version as well. Yeah, so there's an American FF2 we can see here. There's a Final Fantasy IV, which is probably the Japanese version, because what came to the US was only ever the easy mode essentially. So they are different games. I mean they have the same storyline, but the balance is all different. And item location might be different, things like that. There's a DS release of it. There's a WonderSwan release of it. Game Boy Advance, PSP. So there's quite a few different. This is basically yet another port of Final Fantasy IV. So I would highly recommend any version of Final Fantasy IV if you're interested in RPGs. It is one of the best of the series. Final Fantasy IV, 6, and 9 are my personal go-tos as like the best of the series.
It's funny.
Everybody has kind of their favorites.
Let me see. This one doesn't have Chrono Trigger in it, so they're really only saying Final Fantasy for this.
Well, there's a separate set for Chrono Trigger.
Okay,
so I think it like when you bought Final Fantasy Chronicles, it was 2 CDs.
Yeah, so it is 2 CDs.
Yeah, so one is Chrono Trigger, one is Final Fantasy IV.
Mm-hmm.
So there's already a set for that separately, and this is actually a pretty difficult set. The versus like the Super Nintendo version for Chrono Trigger. I don't know if that's the case here. I don't know if you want to dig in. It's been a while since I played, so I wouldn't be able to tell you off the bat if this was that hard.
Is Chrono Trigger a hard set for Super Nintendo?
Not especially. I guess I can't say that because I haven't beat it myself. I haven't even tried it yet, but it's definitely on my list, and a lot of people, just judging by how many people have it, it's probably not that difficult to set. And RPGs in general are not difficult sets. Some of the action RPGs can be. Some of the dungeon crawlers can be. Like I think the Etrian Odyssey sets are pretty difficult. But that's just because the base game is kind of difficult. But
that is true.
Final Fantasy IV is by no means a particularly difficult game. I don't think the set. I'm not seeing in here like a lot of things that are that bad.
It's funny. I'm looking at this set, right, and then I scroll all the way down, and I notice that Cassie has 10 hours and 20 minutes of gameplay into this already.
I think she probably has a lot of the other sets of the other ports.
I've seen her play Chrono Trigger, and I've seen her play Evo as well, EVO.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She's into RPGs too, as is Foxy and
A
Slippy
lot of us.
a lot of us.
A lot of us.
Yeah, and per Slippy's point, I wouldn't say that the load times are especially long. I mean, the load times on CD games in general were fairly long compared to cartridge for the era, but I don't think Final Fantasy IV stands out as especially bad in that way. And on a modern emulator, that's really not a concern.
Could see that.
If you're playing it on emulator, like you can load the whole CD into RAM.
Yeah, I think he was going about the 2-disc, like what we see here in the photo, and he was just saying everything loads so long and it really wasn't popular and blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, Whatever.
I mean, the game itself was popular. The load times were not popular.
Okay, yeah, that's
But
what I've heard.
yeah, I mean, if you're just looking to play it, I would probably just play the Super Nintendo version. If you've never played 4 before, but you know, you can play 4 in all kinds of different versions and get badges for each of them, as you can see over here. So there you go.
Let's see, what's our next game?
Next one here is Penguin Patrol.
Mhm.
So this is a DSi game, and I think we've talked about DSi a bit before. It was kind of a digital only version. Well, not digital only. Like you would play DS games on it, but it was really built to have a bunch of extra internet capability, and a lot of its library was digital only. So you'd get all these DSi games off of the store, the online store or whatever.
Hey, look
And
at that! You played it and you got up to level 10.
I did start playing it a bit.
So
this is the game that I chose to try out this week.
What's the verdict of the game? Do you like it? How is it? Is it a puzzle game?
It's a puzzle game. It's kind of in some ways it's kind of like a Sokoban game of like in Sokoban you're moving boxes around. In this case you're really just walking across areas in the trying to find the route that hits what would I say? It's kind of solving that traveling salesman problem a little bit. It's where you're trying to hit every major point without recrossing your own path, and you're trying to. In some cases, there's parts where you want to recross because you want, like you're stepping across ice to pick up penguins, and I can just load up some of the gameplay here.
It looks
Penguin
fun.
Patrol.
It looks very
it's really cute.
colorful. I mean, anything with penguins is pretty cool, so I happen to like
This
penguins.
is true. Oh, here you go. There's a trailer for it. But oddly stylish. Oh, this doesn't seem to have any sound.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, you're going across ice, and you know every ice you go across, you can only there's ones that you can only cross once. There's ones that you can only cross twice. You need to hit every ice to get one of the stars for that map, and there's various different mechanics that are introduced as you go through. Hey Foxy, welcome in, sir. We're just going through the list of new sets. There's not a lot this week, but one of them here was a puzzle game called Penguin Patrol, and I'll be playing a bit of this later on. Thank you again for your help, your and Knocker's help in getting the DSi stuff to work.
It looks cute.
Yeah, this one's pretty cute, and the set's really straightforward. It's basically just complete the game, complete every level of the game with all the different things that you're going after. So you have to rescue a certain number of penguins per map. You have to break all the ice in the map, and you have to so the first star is getting the minimum number of penguins. The last star is getting all of the penguins and the ice. So basically, if you get all the penguins and all the ice, then you get all 3 stars for every map.
Oh, so that's how you get the stars.
Yep. And if you just clear the level, it's worth 5 points for clearing every 10 levels. If you get all the stars, it's worth an additional 10 points. So 15 points for every 10 levels. And then a 3-pointer for getting to the end. So pretty straightforward set, pretty easy, just real chill. Very chill because it's penguins and ice. But yeah, good puzzle game. And then next up, we've got a subset. So this is a new subset for Pulirula, which is a Saturn game. Saturn game of arcade games, apparently. Interesting.
Never seen this one before.
So this is the bonus subset. So it's basically all damage list achievements for Pulirula Saturn gameplay. Oh, that's very loud. Hey, Knocker, welcome in. Yeah, I got it. I got the DSI working. DSI stuff working.
Xing.
Oh boy.
I guess this was originally an arcade game.
I can't believe this was an arcade game.
So it looks kind of like it's a beat 'em up. It's a very odd beat 'em up.
Yeah, this is nuts.
It almost, like the art style almost makes me think like Ghibli, but not quite. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Hayao Miyazaki. Oh, a dead police officer.
That kid's walking around
Oh,
like
wow,
he's the boss.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't his final form.
Well, at least you could stun lock him.
Oh, he just ran. Master Lutz was playing it. Has some crazy stuff. Well, this looks pretty interesting, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Welsh has like some ridiculous stuff. Like this stuff I've never seen before. He just pulls out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell? It kind of looks like a fairy tale game.
Oh. So he was like possessed by something.
Hey, I was originally a weird anime woman. Now I'm back to normal.
Wow.
Oh my. Whoa,
This is
look
pretty
at that.
nuts.
Look at this. This is
Oh, he
nuts.
goes to Mount Fuji. Oh, now he's fighting one of those guys from the theater. Or that one guy from
what is
Samurai
that?
Warriors.
Kabuki?
Or not Samurai Warriors. Showdown. Samurai Showdown. Wow, that's a really interesting looking game.
Yeah, this is. Wow, I didn't even know they had games like this on the Saturn. That's weird.
Yeah, so there's a regular set for it, and now there's a bonus set. So there you go. If you want to beat 'em up on the Saturn.
Play some weird games.
Pulirula from Xene Entertainment, published by Xene Entertainment, developed by Taito and Go. Goo? Is that Go or Goo? Or Ghoul? I think it's just Goo. That's an exclamation mark, right? Not an L?
I think no, that's an exclamation mark.
Huh. That is an interesting looking game.
That is definitely an exclamation mark.
But there you go. So Pulirula has a new subset. And so if you like that one. Next up, we've got Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards. So Leisure Suit Larry is kind of an interesting series. It's definitely mature. You kind of go around and your whole objective is to get your main character laid. And you can if I remember correctly, some of the buttons you can push is like to unzip, and then to do something with what's behind the zipper.
Wait, really?
Is yep.
Oh wow.
So Sierra had a pretty bad, well, maybe not a bad rep per se, but they had a rep for some pretty sleazy games for quite a while. And Leisure Suit Larry continued as a series for a good long while. American Hentai. Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Ooh, one of them is seduce fawn into marrying you, and then you want to take a look at make use of the inflatable doll. This is awesome. Oh my god, this is on an Apple. What is this? Apple II? Jesus.
Yeah, these were ported all over the place. Like all the Sierra text adventure games and point and click adventure games were ported all over the place. So you have Leisure Suit Larry, you have King's Quest, you have Quest for Glory, Space Quest, Police Quest, all these Quest games, right? And they were all on PC, and I think they were all on Apple. And I think some of them made their way to some other systems as well. I think there's a pretty raunchy one on PS2. Let me think, did it go anywhere else? There might be one on a later system after that, but the series had kind of died down by that time. Sierra in general had kind of died by that time. But there you go. If you want a point and click adventure with that's a little spicy,
Yeah, no, thank
and
you.
you have Apple II stuff working, there you go.
What's the
Next
one?
up, we've got Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. Got a subset for item drops. So these ones are going to be basically collect every item everywhere, and it's looks like it's one Chivo per item.
It's a collectathon.
I think this is the NES version. So there's a regular set for this, of course, and this is just the subset, all about getting all the items. So there you go. If you've already conquered the main game, it might be worth your interest if you just want more Chivos. It's 584. It's a fair amount of points. And if you already know where everything is, or you have a guide to go with, then it's basically going to be playing the game over again. So there you go. Item drop subset. I think there's also one for some of the Dragon Quest games have item drop subsets. One of the Castlevania, Metroidvania games, at least one of them has a rare drop subset. So there's quite a few subsets that are basically of this kind out there. Oh, here's one of the other big things that's kind of a theme, I guess you would say, of this particular week is Final Fantasy XI. So this is an MMO, and this is actually, from what Manning was telling me, they have linked sets. So you get on, you register with, I think it's Horizon 11, and you would probably want to go through the forum topic here, get yourself set up an account over there if you want to play Final Fantasy XI. And there's now retro achievements for Final Fantasy XI, playing on this private server. So you can go back and kind of relive the days when Final Fantasy XI first came out, and if you'd gotten to it then, or if you want to see what it was about, now there's a private server. Yeah. As Foxy says, it's currently under maintenance. Oh, you're breathing your mic, buddy.
What is this, Final Fantasy?
Yes, this
What
is
do
Final
they-
Fantasy 11.
So what do they mean by standalone? It's like you were saying you have to go on a server and log into the server and do RA from there?
So it's a separate application, right? It's not RetroArch. You're not playing it. It's not the PS2 version. It's a PC version that you're hooking into. I'm not entirely sure what's going on under the hood to manage the achievements, but ever since they released it, they've had a big influx of players, and on account of that, the people who are running Horizon 11, which is this private server, they're down for maintenance right now, and they have the achievements actually disabled. So this isn't, at least as far as I understand it, this isn't currently available, but it will be, and
Got it.
hopefully, and they've got it. People have started on it, right? As you can see, people have already started earning achievements. and there's so Final Fantasy 11 had several expansions, and what they did is they're releasing subsets for every expansion. So there's the main set and then linked subsets.
Oh, I see that. Hero of
And-
Nations is the subset for one of them.
Right, and Rise of the Zilart, and there's going to be. Okay, so this isn't a separate expansion. This is like reputation grinding. Oh, there's many.
What's the second?
It is under maintenance. Some backend server issues, not the RA connection. You can still play, and once the set comes back up, it will retroactively unlock. Oh, cool. Okay.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Foxy was saying this is like a pretty big grind. I'm looking at the set right now, and it's big. Wow.
I think Foxy said that when we were talking about the other game, but
Oh,
yes, this
okay.
is also a grind. Because it's an MMO, right? But there's several different expansions. I think, Manny, you were saying when we were talking about this earlier. I think only some of the expansions are on that private server, so they won't necessarily have all of them. But there are plans for class-specific subsets. So if you want to go through and play as like a healer, or go through and play like a DPS, or go through and play like a tank, there will be separate achievements, and you can earn them all just by playing the game in that application. You don't have to have like you won't have to. I mean, you might have to create a new character, but you don't have to deal with separate files and patching and all that. So it's the first time that they have linked sets like that, which is kind of exciting, because if they're able to do that in the future we were just talking about an item drop set for Wizardry. So instead of having to do like pop in Wizardry and then have a different ROM file of Wizardry over here that you patched, and then have to go into that version to do the item drop subset. Imagine if you could just earn achievements in both sets at the same time while you're playing through on one save game. Like, that would be ideal. And I think that's the goal, but I don't think they're there yet with most of the regular emulation stuff.
Oh, so I guess with that being said, and I was talking about probably be fun. I have no time for an MMO. I don't think any of us have time for an MMO. That's for sure. I definitely know I don't. But I've never played an MMO before, unless if you're gonna consider like Destiny an MMO. I mean, I get Destiny's really a shooter though.
Yeah,
But
Destiny is an MMO.
oh, so then
It's not an MMORPG necessarily, but it's an MMO.
it's an MMO shooter. So really, the only game I've ever MMO'd is is Destiny. Other than that, it'd be interesting to play this, see how an MMO plays out and stuff. But if it's gonna be a huge set, I mean,
I think it'd be kind of fun if a bunch of us are interested in playing it together. That's probably the only reason I'd pop in. So BCG and Manny and some of the folks on BCG server are putting together a group. So I'm gonna try to be a healer for that. At least sometime. I don't know what time during the week I'll be able to do that, but that'd be fun. It'd be just like a super late night hours kind of thing. But we're just in talks about scheduling at this point, which is probably going to be the hard part. Getting everybody
especially
scheduled
to
to match.
sync everyone's schedule up. Oh god, this next game.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Virtual Hydelide on the Saturn.
Highlight was hard on NES. That was a really hard game on NES. I played it as a kid. I'd like to go back and play it again, just to see if I understand it a little bit better. I've never seen Virtual before. I did know a friend who was into this game and did play it a lot, but I don't know enough of it to speak of it. I mean, how does the set look regarding this? And he said that Chrono finished this.
Yeah, Chrono. We can see here Chrono got has already got the badge for it.
Oh wow!
So I don't know. I've not played it. I've not played Virtual Hydelide or Hydelide. I know. I want to say I hopped on. I think it was D-Pad Danny, I think I've seen him play this one. It looked very like a very dark game in terms of like actual brightness, and it was very hard to see what was
It's one
going
of the
on.
worst games ever. I'll take your word for that, Slippy, because this game really does look not good. Let's put it in a friendly manner. Oh, jeez. Really?
Oh wow, that's a really bad look for it.
Oof.
I don't know if this is the
Well,
this
bless
is probably like a game's done quick one. Yeah.
bless Chrono for playing this, because it looks pretty bad.
Well, I mean, this was early on in 3D
Nah,
graphics and
it's-
stuff.
Yeah, but still, it looks... I don't know.
Looks like you can strafe at least. That's a plus.
This might be good with a Knight's controller.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably got tank controls, but also strafe. So, I mean, having the ability to strafe makes tank controls a little bit easier to deal with. But,
Foxy says you can't strafe.
oh, you can't strafe. It looked like he was strafing there for a second. He says it's one of the most jank games. Gone back to play it a few times, and it still is.
You can a little. Yeah, this one's... I don't know.
If it were a face, it'd be the Elephant Man.
Yeah, he's... I
Yeah.
don't know. You get some people that are really into these games, and just some people that aren't.
Yeah, I mean, this is them trying for more. This is one of those games where they were going 3D and trying for maybe more of a realistic style, and so it really hasn't aged very well because this, obviously it doesn't look that great. I mean, it's better looking than some things I've seen.
You know what'll help
I don't
this
know.
game, Foxy? The same thing that you did with Dino Ricky. That'll help this game totally. And along with Congo, City of Zinj for the Saturn. They all deserve to go out the window.
Ooh, and it's got damage to Switch Evos too.
Yeah, no, that's a big no-no.
I mean, if it's damageless with tank controls would be
Horrendous.
I would say that I've seen Sark play a lot of games that actually have tank controls that actually weren't that bad. Didn't seem that bad. There was like some game that was like a shooter with tank controls that wasn't the
Wait,
worst thing.
really? A shooter with tank controls?
Yeah, like a third person over the shoulder shooter. Not a shoot 'em up, but yeah, Gun Gauge. Gun Gauge didn't look that bad. Maybe not something I want to play myself, but I don't know. It was a very experimental time, and I'm willing to give some of these games a little bit more latitude, just on account of that. It's just like, they're interesting from the historical perspective of like this is when devs were trying to find out what worked and what didn't, and we didn't necessarily have dual stick controls right from the get go. And of course you can go back and fiddle with the control schemes nowadays with the emulators to make them more like dual sticks, which is what I did with Armored Core, and it kind of sort of works depending on the game. But yeah, if it doesn't have a good strafe, then you're in for some troubles. Armored Core does have strafe, so it does have that at least.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Armored Core does have that.
Yeah, Armored Core has strafing.
Yeah, Armored Core's a good game. The
Um,
Sims? What is it? Oh, Sims for
next
PSP.
up we've got Sims 2 for PSP.
What are
So
some?
this is another very grindy game.
Let's see.
But obviously it's a bit different. This is a I don't know I guess you'd call it a simulation game. It's The Sims.
You know, a lot of people did like The Sims, and this game was popular with the PSP because when this came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, we could just bring The Sims with us. Oh, it's a portable game," and they seem to, it did well from what I remember. There's no leaderboards, high scores. I don't even know how you would get a high score in this game, but okay. Where did I put my marbles? Blah blah blah. Make every sim in Strange Town mad at you at once. Oh my! There's a 5% unlock rate.
It'd actually be a pretty fun set to go through for all these various achievements. Some of them are pretty specific. Stan lost his marbles. Yeah, maybe.
I've always lost my marbles.
But nobody's badged this one yet. So if you're interested, if you like The Sims, here you go. Maybe you have a chance here of getting the be the first one to badge it. Hey Jen, welcome in.
Jen.
But
what's the next one?
I know Sims 2 and Sims 3 were extremely popular on PC.
Yes, they were. They were.
I don't know how popular they were elsewhere, but definitely in the PC market.
This one was popular.
Biggest selling games.
This one was popular because people just brought it everywhere with them. You could play The Sims on the go. I mean, that was a pretty big thing. The Sims 2 was good. I'll take your word for that one. I've never played it. Oh, wow.
Here for your monthly mini service. When have you signed my release for? So next up, we got Checkers on the Intellivision. So very basic game, very basic set.
I like the box art. The box art's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool box art.
It's nice. Wow, this is really just straightforward set.
Yeah, so it looks like get one of your pieces crowned by getting to the other side of the board. Win a single player game where you move first. I think you basically play. I think black always goes first in checkers. It's been a while since I played. Win a single player game where you move second. So in when you play a lot of these old, very very old consoles, you have different. When you boot, you have different buttons to press for different modes of the game that starts it up. So this is probably talking about like mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, and then you have a difficulty slider for the opponent here.
Have you booted up any Intellivision games?
I have. I've played a fair bit of Fortress, which is it's actually a hack. So, or not a hack, but a homebrew game. Basically Tetris for the Intellivision, and I think it was actually created in like the 2000s or something like that. But it's different. And I played a bunch of Fairchild games. Basically, what I've done every time I try to boot one of these up is I've looked up in on archive.org the manuals. So if you look up like Checkers Intellivision manual, they probably have it right there.
Oh wow, look at that.
So it tells you what buttons to press to get into the different game modes. So I would definitely consult one of these as I was playing.
That's right, because the Intellivision had one of those weird like Pong-esque controllers that you would attach to the system.
Yeah,
and it has all the numbers.
It looks a lot more like a modern TV remote than it does a controller.
Yeah, that's true.
Baron is being nice. It was pretty bad. I mean, it was a different time. Again, like even we talked about, that period when everything was going 3D, and there's a lot of struggles with figuring out how to do 3D. Obviously that time when video games were just a new concept altogether, and consoles were a new concept, and how to have any kind of opening menu to your game of what things you're going to select. It was all everything was in the opening stages, So again, I give a lot of latitude for a lot of those older systems of, trying to get them working and figuring out what the buttons do, and really, really do consult those manuals if you're going to play Intellivision games or Fairchild games, or even some of the Atari games. Like if you're going to play Adventure on Atari, you kind of want the manual to figure out how to get the to do there's different modes of the game, right? Or at least consult GameFAQs. GameFAQs will tell you how to do it.
It's the same thing
Yeah.
with PC Engine too. You hit one button, which brings you into the memory backups, and then the other one, which actually starts the game. And so it tells you, oh, hit the run button in order to start the game. But if you choose the other button, which I think is like select, it brings you into like your memory. You could see all the memory that you have stored on the either on the system or on the game.
Well, it's a bit different than that because that's basically just an option.
Oh, you're
kind of
talking
like
about
PlayStation
modes,
has
like
later.
modes itself.
Well, so imagine like instead of you go through, take a more recent game for example, like I've played a whole ton of the more recent like Tetris games, right? Like Tetris Plus, and Tetris Plus they have a mode where you're, taking an archaeologist through a dungeon, and they have a mode where you're just playing classic Tetris, and you go, you hit the start button to boot up the game. And if you're playing the arcade mode, you have a button to put a coin in or whatever, and then you have like two options to go through, and you can select between them, just by hitting your left right on your controller, right, and then hit start on the one you want to play. On a Fairchild controller, or an Intellivision game,
Mm-hmm.
when you boot the game, you just see a little menu pop up that's like GS12, and the G represents like game mode, and the S might mean like a difficulty mode, or just depending on the way the game is programmed, they might have different meanings for these various things, and you can go into like little sub menus and then select different options. And so that's how you would change it. Like, and you're playing your checkers game, you have a mode where you start, you have a mode where you go second, you have a difficulty slider somewhere in there, and so you have to go through that initial menu and figure out what buttons mean which.
Oh, to load up
So
stuff.
it's a little bit, yeah.
Hmm.
Tetris Plus sucks.
It's a little bit
Yeah,
different.
it's
than
not the
what I'm-
best. It's not the best Tetris game.
It's a little bit what I'm describing. So, you said you played Tetris Plus, didn't you?
I did. I played Tetris Plus and Tetris Plus 2. I've actually gotten reasonably okay at playing through the main storyline part of Tetris Plus 2 in the arcade, where you're taking the archaeologist or his assistant through. It's very different. It's a very different kind of Tetris. Your objective is really just to clear a path down for your archaeologist to get through before the ceiling comes down and crushes them. It's not about clearing lines. You still there, Sam?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, I actually got Tetris Game Boy badged, Manny. So
Oh, wow.
definitely.
Tetris Game Boy. Man, that's something I haven't seen in a long time. Was that hard?
I don't think the achievements on it are anywhere near as hard as the NES Tetris, and I'm still working on the NES Tetris. But I think it's a good hurdle to get there. The bestest? No, not by any measure. You've seen Cosmic. You've seen Nestor play Tetris. You've seen Styles play Tetris.
They're like
both
Tetris
many
masters.
tiers of skill above me. Manny and Casually are many tiers of skill above me. Have fun with the NES Tetris, he says.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
I really want to see this NES Tetris set now. I'm going to look this up.
I would say, if you're not especially good at Tetris, if you just want to get your feet wet, the Wonder Swan sweat is there. The Wonder Swan set is perfect. A perfect place to start.
So were you saying you have to be sweaty, a Tetris sweat, in order to be good at the NES Tetris? Oh man, look at
maybe,
this
I don't
thing.
know. Anyway, going forward,
Clearing
yes,
double
Wonder
clear.
Swan sweat. The PSP set's also pretty good. The PSP one's really fun. It's got a lot of different modes. So anyway, going forward, the next set here that came out is Battle Shanghai, Dragon's Eye.
Oh,
So
it's
we've seen
Mahjong.
Shanghai and Shanghai 2. It's Mahjong Solitaire. So it's the one where you're like, you have a whole bunch of tiles stacked on each other, and all you got to do is find pairs. But you have to find pairs in such a way that you can dig through the pile in an efficient manner, and you don't get stuck. You don't soft lock yourself. So, if you played Shanghai Mahjong tiles before, or Mahjong Solitaire, it's basically that. And it's basically, go through and beat every different main board that they have. They have a bunch of saved ones that they put together in the end. There is a way through somehow, but you are probably going to have to, make your way halfway through and then go backwards and say, oh, I need this particular tile. I didn't want to actually take that with that other pair. I wanted to wait until I got this other one here. Like you have to kind of go forward and go backwards a lot. Not a bad kind of game. Definitely not everybody's cup of tea.
Oh, the
But,
PSP
this
set's
one-
also really good. He's probably referring to Tetris.
Yeah, Manny was talking about Tetris there. This one has some other modes. I'm not familiar with what those modes are or what they're about, but it looks like there's some kind of multiplayer mode in this. So let's go ahead and look at this one.
Have you booted this one up at all?
I have not. It's PC. Can't get it.
Oh, this is PC Engine. What kind of emote is that, Slippy? Oh, Scanline Beak. Music
Okay, so they
sounds
got
decent.
kind of a story mode here.
Alright, this doesn't look so bad.
Huh.
Kind of teaching you how to play. Oh look,
How
Hansel and
weird.
Gretel did it. They won.
Well, that's interesting. It definitely this looks like you're on a timer, maybe. No?
I don't see a timer anywhere. Oh, down there. Yeah. Down there. The red bar.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not like it's not a timer that's based on just overall time. It's just like time between moves. So as long as you're making moves, you're keeping that
That timer down.
your opponent. Yeah. So I don't know. That's an interesting mode, and it's got a little bit of a story to it. And it's not just the it's not the classic
Mahjong.
Japanese symbols of like the tiles, Mahjong tiles. Yeah. Hey Drake, welcome in.
Looks pretty good.
There you go. Do you know the difference between a mace and a halberd? And a shuriken? So that's kind of an interesting twist on things. I don't know. That might be worth checking out sometime.
The story mode looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It seems interesting enough. What's the next
No.
one on our list?
Next one here is Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2.
Oh wow. Okay, PS2.
Yep. So I think the first one was on PlayStation 1.
Yes, it was
yeah.
on PS1.
I've never played 2, but I played quite a bit of 1. And 1 was a really, really good game.
This game was fun.
I don't think I ever
says.
finished it. I did hear that the story kind of got rushed at the end. So I think the ending was a bit lacking, just as far as like the story is concerned, and maybe some of the in dungeons felt very rushed. But the overall design and gameplay was just a lot of fun. It's kind of a, I guess you could call it like a proto open world game. It wasn't, like you didn't have,
Why don't you bring a
you couldn't
video
go
up
anywhere from the
of
get-go.
it?
Sure.
Yeah, let's see a
sounds
video
good.
of it. I've never
Soldier
played
2,
them. I've
here's
never
the
seen them,
gameplay.
so I'm kind of interested.
So it's very much like a 3D action adventure platformer type game.
Oh wow, it's puzzly. For PS2, it doesn't really look bad. Oh, this is PS. What is this,
This is
1 or
PS2,
2?
yeah.
Oh, this is PS2, okay.
Yeah, this is Soul Reaver 2. So it's not the best looking game by any means, but they didn't go for that realistic style. They went more for a I mean, they went for their own style of art here, and I think it turned out okay, and I think it has aged fairly well, especially compared to some of those other ones like we were looking
Oh,
at that
yeah.
were a little bit more straight up trying to be sort of realistic. It's basically Zelda. Yeah, you could say that. I mean, in the same way that like Darksiders, later on Darksiders or like God of War. And all these different games have maybe more focus on, some have more focus on combat, some have more focus on puzzles. This one definitely has more focus on a lot of like do this thing with these different items.
Oh,
So it's
item
more
combination.
more puzzle focused. Ah, Cosmic has these games on his GOG wish list. I will say that the voice acting for this game stands out, is really good. I mean, it was developed by Western Studio, so actually it's not just a localization, but yeah. So if you like vampires, if you like kind of, I guess in some ways it's kind of got one of those gray and grayer morality kind of stories to it. You play
Really?
one vampire against a bunch of other vampires. You're not really a good guy per se. If you dig Legacies, right.
I never played any of these. I think I was too busy playing Symphony of the Night.
Mm. Yeah, I guess this would be about around the same time period. Symphony of the Night. I mean, that would be like late 90s, and I think the first one of these was late 90s. This one was probably early 2000s. Yeah, because PS2. But so you got some platforming, you got some puzzle stuff. Got a lot of a little bit of combat here and there. I wouldn't say that was the focus. Most of the critical reviews of this game are probably, well, not necessarily of the sequel here, but of the first game. A lot of the critical reviews were about the simplicity of the combat. There's not a lot. The combat mechanics are a bit lacking.
So they
perhaps.
really didn't even go into combat. They did more of like a puzzle type of game with a heavy story.
Well, there is combat, but it's just very simple.
Yeah, like I mean, you
it's
could see him
we have
just
a ton of
running away.
different combos.
You could see him like running away from the enemies.
Yeah, like this guy's not even fighting them very much.
So the first game, Cosmic, you're saying, okay, it was more isometric. Press A to win. Yay!
Press the plan. Yeah, it wasn't super complicated. Anyway, good game. I would recommend if you like the 3D Zelda games, if you like Twilight Princess, if you like Darksiders, if you like God of War. You might like this one.
You know, it's funny. I never played it. I should go back and try it. I could do the first one right there for the PS1.
Yeah, it's not a bad series. So we got this one. So this one is another Game Boy Advance game that I've never heard of before. Puzzle game. We should probably look this one up.
Oh, Orbital.
Bit Generations Orbital GBA.
I love Twilight Princess. I like Minda. This looks interesting. Very interesting sounds.
Yeah, interesting choice in sound design. I'm not sure exactly what the mechanics are here.
I guess you're just orbiting around the circles.
It looks like you collect some things.
It makes you more powerful, like the little blue orbs.
Yeah, maybe, or it changes your color somehow.
It looks like you're making a moon. You're developing a moon?
Maybe?
This reminds me of the Pixel Junk games.
Yeah.
Has
Those were a
anyone...
bunch of, Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, has anyone in chat ever played this game? Like, what are you supposed to do? What's the point?
Five crescent moons. Finish all stages without dying. I wonder if it's one of those games where like you basically have to eat everything on stage and not get eaten by anything else, kind of, and you just have to eat things in the right order to get large enough to eat other things, kind of like Katamari Damacy or
Mm-hmm.
because that kind of looks like what's going on. Maybe?
And those do seem like fun games. They do. I mean, this one, to me, it looked like you were creating a moon. So,
yeah,
it
looked
like
you were
Flow.
just getting your little cursor thing larger and larger as it went over and collected other things.
Your sphere, buddy.
Touch the planets and collect the dots. Yeah, it looked like you were like collecting the moons, and then maybe you'd collect the planets after you got large enough. Maybe?
Maybe pull all the planets into your own orbit. That's why it's called orbital. And as soon as you get big
Yeah,
enough, you
something like
could
that.
you pull all the planets into your orbit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's
Worth
a
checking
time.
out at some point. Didn't enjoy Flow very much, but I tried this. Yeah, maybe give it a shot. Tell us how what the actual mechanics are.
Yeah, please. I mean, like this, it looks cool. I mean, like, how do you
Next
play
up
it?
is
What's
Force Unleashed.
the Force Unleashed. What is it? PS2? Yep.
Space Katamari. Yeah, maybe it's Space Katamari. Yeah, so
No.
this one is Star Wars The Force Unleashed on PS2. So this game came out, was it like 2008?
Yeah, it's 2008.
Was kind of a whole new, like, not based on anything before, little side story that was kind of cool. You kind of played a bad, actually I don't know exact, because I think you do end up like versus Vader at the end, but I think you start out as like a disciple of Vader, and you're on the dark side. You're kind of playing one of the bad guys, and you just get all kinds of force powers to play with, and it's a lot of like really cool physics at work, kind of like what Half-Life 2 was doing. At least that was the impression I got from trailers and gameplay.
So Cosmic says these are okay. It's just hack and slash, but it's kind of fun. Many hours is you play as a bad good guy depending on the ending for the first one. The second one is purely a good oriented game.
Mm. Oh, there you go. Force electrocute. Yeah, here you are, murdering the rebels. Rebel scum.
Doesn't
Remember
look,
right, your character's name is Star Killer.
doesn't look too bad.
No, I think it looks pretty good. Oh, huh. I guess this is like your first boss fight. Well, so there you go. Third person hack and slash. If you like Star Wars, worth a shot. I might play this sometime. Maybe not immediately, but again, kind of in the same genre as the Soul Reaver games that we were talking about before, but where those were probably more puzzle focused, this is more combat focused. You probably have a lot. You get a bunch of force powers, like the Force Lightning we were seeing just a second ago. You probably do have some puzzles here and there, but it is probably more about the fights.
Yep. Which isn't so bad. I mean, Darth Vader's in it. It looks pretty cool. If you're into, Star Wars games and stuff like that. Yeah, Cosmic, you're right. There are these games on the PSP as well. I don't know how good. I mean, PSP games normally don't age that well. So, oh, this Soldiers of Fortune got a set?
Yeah, that's our next one. Cosmic says these are on PSP as well. Had it on PSP. Manny says almost done with the set. Took me an hour for a single collectible.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes on certain levels where you have to find the hidden stuff,
And collect, like,
secrets and
everything.
whatnot. But I don't think it's an especially long game. The Force Unleashed, like we probably finish it within 8 hours, just on a normal playthrough. Looking for the secrets, obviously, and going for the achievements is going to take a bit longer. But that's what game packs are for, right?
Soldiers of Fortune.
Yep. So I think this one, it sounds like you played this one before.
I played this one at a friend's house. I like the box art. It's a shooter. It's a shoot 'em up.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, it's like you're just running along the ground shooting, kind of like any other normal standard shooter that you would play that does that. It was about
So kind
it.
of more along the lines of like 50
Rambo.
caliber.
Yeah, Rambo
Ram-
50 caliber.
Rambo,
It's a top-down
Warrior.
run and gun.
etc.
I agree with like Akari Warriors. I agree with Knocker. It's like it's a decent game. This one that they came out with really was like, oh, awesome box art. You're gonna buy it because of the box art, thinking the game looks pretty badass. And then when you play it, it's like, all right, I played most of these before. There's really nothing to it. It's just like a normal run and gun game. But you do have different guys. So what you're looking at right now, you do, if you scroll all the way down, you do have like multiple. I think you have multiple guys that you can use. All right, good night, Slippy.
Yeah,
From what I remember, if you want to look it up, you can.
sure.
I didn't think it was anything like, to write home about.
Looks like there's a 100-pointer here for playing it with the second player being dead. So if you're playing it as just one guy, do you normally get the second player as like NPC as a Oh yeah, I guess you do.
Mm-hmm.
I dig
Game
the music.
talks to you. Game talks to you. You get different guys and stuff in there. You can use. They have different abilities. It's not gain ground, I'll tell you that much, but it's a little decent game.
Yeah, looks like it could be a fun game. Maybe not like a 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 or something like that. But
Yeah, definitely.
decent.
Definitely. This game really sold because of the box art. But this one was widely available at Funko Land from what I remember. A lot of people bought it, like I said, because of the box art, and then just traded it back in for something else.
I mean, box art.
Now,
Can make it bigger here.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't know if they created this in relation to Skeleton Crew on Genesis, but Skeleton Crew
That one's awful.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew on Genesis is just, but maybe Genesis came out with their version of what Soldiers of Fortune were. But I know there was a distinct line between Soldiers of Fortune or Skeleton Crew, and then you choose whichever one you thought was best. The box art looks pretty cool, though.
I mean, this. I would have to say this makes me think like Village People. This box art.
Well, growing up, you looked at this and you're like, yo, there's like a bunch of guys. Dude's got a bazooka. And it's like, oh, this is totally rad. Like, we got to pick this up, man, and drive our bikes to the friend's house that has the Super Nintendo and play it. It is. Skeleton Crew's weird. Like, it has weird views on it, weird angles. I mean, you don't know if you're getting hit or if you're being hit. So, it's a weird game altogether. But, yeah. Baron, you got a, Mario Clock?
So the next one here, I actually I was initially gonna use this one to play tonight, but I badged it when I was just trying it. So
Really?
it's a real quick badge. It's basically just Mario, and you just have it's kind of like one of those runner games where your character is just constantly running across the screen, and you can go faster and you can jump, and you're basically just collecting coins. And you hit power buttons, and there's a couple achievements for hitting like 3 or 4 power buttons. Three here, right? There's one for getting a super mushroom. There's one for getting 500 coins, collecting 1,200 coins. Every time you get a 1-up, it switches your character back and forth between Mario and Luigi. You don't die. There's nothing to jump into. There's no obstacles. You're just collecting coins.
You want to bring it up?
It's a really, really quick game.
Because I'm kind of curious to see this.
This is a Mario Clock DSi gameplay. Oh, it looks like there's different levels. Maybe depending on what day you're on or what hours. For me, it was just the underground.
Alright, there's a lot of pop-ups.
A lot of pop-ups?
Yeah, it looked like there were a lot of pop-ups.
Oh, well, I mean, it's on a DS, right? And like to play this one, you'd to play any of the DSi games, right? You have like you start out with the DS like system menu, and you have to like unwrap the DSi game. So it is what it is.
This is extremely simplistic.
Yeah, it's not at all a complicated game. Like I said, there's no obstacles, there's no pits to fall into, there's no piranha plants, there's no Goombas, there's no Koopas. It's just coins and Mario and a clock. And every time you get a 1-up, one of the numbers on the clock gets replaced with either Luigi or Mario. So eventually, according to the clock, it is always Mario time.
It's always Mario time.
Or it's half the time it's Luigi time, half the time it's Mario time. And every time you get a POW, it makes everything go away for a little bit. It's
Look
stupid.
at that.
It's fun. It's a meme badge, but I don't know. I had fun. I had fun batching it. See if there's he hits a POW button here. Ah.
Oh, we see Princess Peach. I guess this is what happens after you clear all the numbers on the clock.
Yeah. So after 2,500 coins, you I guess you advance to the next zone. Anyways, so Mario Clock, real simplistic, real easy badge, kind of a meme badge, but I don't know, gave me a reason to go figure out DSi. So I'll bring up Penguin Patrol and play the next 10 levels of that, I think, for tonight. But anyway, last game on the list here is Street Fighter 3. That's right, Fight for the Future.
What system is this on? Dreamcast or Saturn?
This is PS2. Wrong
PS2.
double times 2. But yeah, here's the PS2 one. So we've already seen previously. We saw Third Strike on the Dreamcast. I think that was the most recent one. But yeah, so it's basically yet another set for Street Fighter 3 for yet another console, a port version of it. So if you've already beaten a bunch of the other ones, you might be well placed to go through and get this badge pretty quickly. Any given playthrough is going to take maybe an hour and a half at most. I would maybe not even that. I guess it depends on if you're dying,
No, this game gets ridiculously harder as you go along.
Mm-hmm.
This game's hard.
And you can set the difficulty up too.
Is it allowing you? Like you could choose either beat everyone on easy mode or hard mode or...
Well, I mean, so it wants you to finish one of the ones here is finish arcade mode on 8 stars difficulty. So that's the highest difficulty, I believe. Or maybe that's just the default. Default settings. Oh, maybe that's maybe you can change some other settings. 1cc finish arcade mode 1cc doesn't specify difficulty there. Gotta get different hit combos with different players, different characters. And then to finish the arcade mode, it doesn't specify difficulty here, but finish arcade mode with each character.
Especially if you got a lot of characters. That could take you a while.
Perform a reverse hyper bomb. Okay. Unique taunts is Chun-Li. Okay, so basically you do need to be able to parry and perform a guard parry. So those are somewhat complicated techniques in Street Fighter, right? Super art finish. So finish using one of your super arts. Shun Gokusatsu finish during arcade mode. So I mean, there's some specific ones for specific characters, and there's some potentially tricky ones here. But I think overall for a fighting set, this isn't that bad. It doesn't look like it even requires you to mess with the difficulty, except maybe on this one. I think 8-star might be the highest difficulty, but I wouldn't know for sure. I got my soda here. Thank you, Cosmic.
I'll try it this way. How much is in this? What's the total number to badge this thing? 54?
54 achievements.
I happen to like Third Strike. That's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, so you can give this one a shot tonight. I say go for it.
I have Soldier Blade loaded up. This 900,000 that Oaz got is bothering me. He made it look like it was a walk in the park. Oh man. So let's see what are people working on, right?
Yeah, let's go see what the last week what people have been working on. I guess we can start from the top. So we got Knocker here. Knocker apparently won out over even Sark and Cassie this last week.
Wow, Knocker's
So nice
destroying
going,
it.
Knocker.
What's Knocker's ranking in RA? I'm
Let's
really
see here.
curious to see.
He is number 125.
Damn, that's amazing.
So Knocker's been busy with This is our challenge game of the week. TMNT 4 Turtles in Time. He was talking about Metal Gear Solid before. So working on that one. That's a classic. Pugsley Scavenger Hunt. Looks like he booted that one up. I know Pulse got that one from Cassie, I think. So this is the current game that Pulse was working on today as his request. But if we're going back to look at the previous week.
Oh, there's Fink. Knocker, you didn't badge Fink?
Yeah, I think that was the review game last week, right?
Yeah, Fink is fun.
Oh, okay. So you were just making sure you had a copy that worked with retro achievements. Gotcha. Looks like you were working on X6 Symphony of the Night. I know you badged. I thought that was like 2 weeks ago that you badged this one. Yeah, maybe it was just TMNT. That's a good 450 points right there. Oh no, it's 399 achievements. Was last week's worth? Oh, interesting.
What's that?
Okay. Oh, so in Metal Gear Solid, so it's a Konami game, and there's a part where you fight a boss that's a psychic, and he will read your memory card and talk to you about the different Konami games that you have save files on. So I think there's different things he says based on, I think there's a soccer game, there's Symphony of the Night, and I think, what other Konami games where there might be like a Contra, I think, on PlayStation, that'll give you different messages. Yeah, Psycho Mantis is the name of the boss. Oh, and Suikoden, and Azure Dreams.
Oh, wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, Suikoden. Oh, Azure Dreams? I love Azure Dreams. That's a really good game. Azure Dreams and Suikoden 2. Those are good games. Who's playing? Knocker, you were playing Azure Dreams?
No, so we were talking about Metal Gear Solid, right? Metal Gear Solid has a boss that will read your save card and say different things based on what other PlayStation games you've been playing that are Konami games.
Wait, really?
Yes. So it sounds like there are achievements that you can get for having a save card with other save games from those other games while playing Metal Gear Solid and getting the particular dialogue from Psycho Mantis.
That was on PS1?
Yeah.
Jeez, I played that back in the day. I don't remember that. That's crazy. Wasn't Psycho Mantis the guy with the gas mask on?
Yep.
Okay.
He was the psychic.
Oh, here's Wise Man.
Next up here we got Wise Man.
Dragon Fighter. That's awesome. Dragon Spirit.
Yeah, he's been real busy. We were watching him play Dragon Fighter like 2 or 3 nights ago. He badged that one. Played a bunch of Dragon Spirits, Wizards and Warriors. I didn't catch his stream where he was playing these ones. If he was playing them on stream, I know he badged. I think he badged Ninja Gaiden 3 last week, and Return of the Joker. He did Return of the Joker, I think, in like one sitting.
He's really big into NES. He loves NES.
Yeah, he's going through the whole list. Oh, he got 2 as well. I saw him get 3. I guess he got 2 as well last week.
Yep, he did too.
And I think this was the this was the Super Nintendo version. He was saying this one sucked, or just was not as good as the NES one.
No, the Ninja Gaiden trilogy is horrible. It's like a stupidly expensive game for Super Nintendo. Well, not anymore, but yeah, the gameplay of it is complete crap. Actually, Knocker told me not to get that game, and I was watching like videos on it, and I'm like, yeah, Knocker's got a good idea not to even get that one.
I mean,
But
obviously, if you've already beaten Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 on NES, then it might make
just do
sense
the
to go try that
trilogy.
one.
yeah,
Or
totally
to
makes
do
sense.
the PC Engine one. But yeah, I mean, owning it, but like paying money to buy the physical card is whole different thing. Oh yeah. Shatterhand, and he did Shatterhand and Soulbrain recently too. Those were awesome ones. Thank you again, Knocker, for introducing me to those. I'm gonna try and batch those as well at some point, because those are just really cool games.
Oh, I see Cassie playing Uno.
Yeah, she's playing that tonight. That's tonight. Looks like she's already or we were already talking about this, that she'd already started in on the new Final Fantasy IV set that came out.
Yep.
Diddy Kong Racing, we've talked about that one before. And the DDR, yeah, because she's the DDR master. Dragon Spirit, Super Adventure Island. I think this one got a set, because I'm pretty sure she had already done this one before. Or not got a set, it got a revision, I think. Did you do Power Blade at some point? Yeah, Wiseman got Power Blade too, I think.
Power Blade is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's a good game. You
It
should
looks
try that
fun.
one, Baron.
Maybe sometime.
You still got those
Chrono-
Falcom games you got to play.
Yeah, I got a lot on my list for this year. Here's Chrono. So Chrono was playing some of Moon Mesa. Man, that was a challenge game around the time I started hanging out with you guys.
Yep.
That was a long time ago, but
That was a
interesting
good
that Chrono's
cartoon.
playing that. Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Choco
Cosmic,
on.
yeah, that was a long time ago when Choco played it. I wonder how Choco's doing.
Oh, looks like you got Metal Gear Solid as well. And when you did the Checkers one. And you got Bionic Commando. I saw a lot of people playing Bionic Commando recently. I'm wondering, did that get a revision recently? Because we didn't see this one as a new set, I don't think. But classic. Kokoron is pretty good. 2D platformer. Let's check this one out real quick. Kokoron.
This one looks nice.
Screenplay.
Looks like got it as a cross, so people played it as a course. Yeah, I kind of figured that, Knocker. She streams like
Lexi got it
all
as a request.
crazy
Ah.
hours.
Really? It's the highest rated retro achievement game.
Wait, this game?
That's what Docker's saying? Sounds like? You're saying that about Kokoron, right? A lack of voters. Okay. It looks very colorful. This is definitely one of those late NES games. I dig the music.
Doesn't seem bad.
No, it seems really good. Huh. Looks like you get like a little jetpack thing. I think I'm gonna add that to our list of ideas for Reviewers Roundtable.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad. It actually looks like a cute little game.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Chrono. Manny. Check out what Manny's been up to. Yeah, so he told us he was playing Force Unleashed this week. He got this Fisher Price one. I guess he probably did it for Peak Street. I remember us talking last time about the SD Gundam stuff, so it looks like at least booted that one up. playing some more Yu-Gi-Oh. I think this isn't the one we saw him playing last time, but yeah, we saw him playing on Yu-Gi-Oh before. Abadox. Oh, it was on RR before. Okay, that was Kitsune who added Kokoron here years ago. All right, I'll take it off the list.
Kokoron.
Yeah, that was probably before I was hanging out with you guys. But
I should ask Kitsune if you put it on there. Knowing him, that looks like a game he would play.
that aerial assault. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people try Abadox. Like that's a badge I see on a lot of people's pages. I want to say Wiseman went and got this one as one of his first badges as well. But I've seen it a lot.
It's on the
Aerial
spreadsheet.
assault,
I'll go look.
Monopoly, Invader. Yeah, I think I mentioned this before. Manny does the peak streak thing where he's trying to go for at least one badge a day. And as you can see, he's doing pretty well on that. 169. Just know the art design in Abadox is terrible. That's too bad. It would
They
be okay
might
to put
say,
on
yeah,
still
but
'cause it
Cosmic-
was done before any of us.
They might say,
Yeah.
oh, but it was on the list already. But I mean, I would try it, Baron. Just put it on the list. If it's a cool game, whatever. It's fine.
All right, maybe I'll plus it back on.
There's Ash.
Uh,
Oh, Xenocrisis. Yeah.
Yeah, here's up next to Zash. I'm pretty sure he's badged at least one version of this on some other system. This is the Neo Geo one. We saw this one come out with all the first wave of the Neo Geo stuff.
Right.
But
Dragon
I
Fighter,
think
House
this-
of Dead, Virtual Cop.
Yeah, he's doing Dragon Fighter.
Oh, we did the 32X Butterfly game. Not Butterfly, what the hell am I
Right.
saying? The Hummingbird.
Hummingbird. Yeah, he tossed that on the RR list, the RR wheel rather, last time too.
He said he enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's I think I watched him play some of it. It's
Playing
different. It's very
garbage.
different.
He doesn't. He really plays a lot of good, solid shooters. He's insanely good at shooters. Like his skills are, I mean, top level. Like I watch him whenever he's on, and just he really, really is good with shmups.
Mhm.
I mean, I saw him play. What was the one you went down really fast on him?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think we went back before a week ago, but yeah, I was playing Virtual Cop, the Hummingbird one.
I saw him play the
Gokuran,
Hummingbird one. He was pretty good at that.
Zombie Nation.
Yeah,
Looks like he
Zombie
booted up
Nation's
Turrican, but he didn't play it, or he maybe didn't like it and deleted where he got. Wing of Medulla. I think we talked about this one last time. Oh, nice. Game Boy Guru got 1cc on Glaylancer today.
Oh wow,
Nice.
really? Oh damn, I gotta congratulate him on that. That's amazing. Yeah, he's another one that just destroys.
Oh yeah, Layla. Yeah, I think that was back again to 2 weeks ago. Pleasure Hearts. Gunner's Heaven. Yeah, Zash plays a lot of really interesting stuff.
He does.
All right, next up we got Lexi, who's kind of adjacent to our community here. I think I've seen her. I've definitely seen her in Foxy streams. She looks like she's been working on Bionic Commando. She booted up The Sims, Adventure Island 3, some Crash Bandicoot,
Mega Man,
some Mega Man,
Mega Man X6.
Toomba. Yeah, I caught her playing Toomba one of the days, real late, but that's the classic. I think I put that one on my want to play. Yeah.
Oh, Tomba.
That's kind of a 2.5D platformer. I remember renting that one over and over as a kid. So good fun. Soul of Darkness. What the heck is this? 2D platforming. It's another DSi game. Interesting. Well, she didn't really play that one though. Booted it. And then 3 weeks ago, she was into Lion King stuff. So
She streams at all weird hours. Sometimes I get a notification at like 3 o'clock in the morning she's on streaming. I'm like,
yep. And Pulse and Dram and Coach. Coach hangs out here every once in a while. But Foxy's.
yeah, let's bring up Foxy too.
Yeah. Coach has been playing Arkanoid. Interesting. Aladdin. Crash. I guess I must have missed the last couple of Coach streams. Or maybe he's played these off stream. Because I think the last time I watched him play something was Wampum. Yeah, Wampum was the last thing I saw him play. That was definitely earlier this week. There's a Commander Keen? There's a Commander Keen set.
I noticed I was streaming at 3 a.m. Usually up working. Wario Land 2. Wario Land 2 was fun. What is this? Commander Keen?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a Game Boy Color version of this. I've got to play this one. This is I played this one on PC as a kid. This doesn't look anything like the PC version. Well, I mean, it's got some of the same ideas here, but it's basically like a little kid dons his elder brother's football helmet, builds a spaceship in his backyard, sets off, goes to Mars, finds out that aliens on Mars are planning to invade the Earth, and then he decides he's gonna wreck their crap. So he does so. And it's by id Software. At least the original game is. Yeah, it's got id Software tagged here. I'm guessing this is probably going to be significantly different, but the original game is pretty fun and not a good game by any measure, but it's I don't know, for the time it's a fine 2D platformer.
I've never heard of Commander Keen. Commander Keen.
Cosmic says he's in Doom. There's a secret room with 4 Commander Keens hanging from yeah, it's an Easter egg.
Oh, how rude.
Well, I mean it's their own property, so.
Wait, you mean the guys that
Anyway.
made Doom made Commander Keen?
Uh-huh. They got their they were trying to, as the story goes, they were trying to recreate the scrolling mechanic from the arcade version of the screen scrolling mechanic from the arcade version of Super Mario, and they figured out a way to do it, and then they were like, oh, we have to do something with this, and so they came up with Commander Keen.
Interesting.
So, good fun. And then this is the other one that Coach was playing was Wampum. So it's kind of a it's an interesting one. Got a pretty large set. Cosmic says it's okay, just has some bad spots. Knocker says it's very jank. Anyways, but yeah, so Coach has been busy. Oh, Baby's Kids. That was a monthly melee for us for just beat the first stage. There's a beat 'em up, very odd beat 'em up. Anywho, on to Foxy. So
See what
Foxy's still
Foxy's
working on
playing.
Retro Game Challenge. That's his request game right now.
He was having a lot of fun with
Uh,
that. I was watching him play that RPG. That RPG seemed like a lot of fun. There was a shooter that was involved. The shooter seemed like a lot of fun too. But yeah, he was farming, and that RPG looked good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's basically like a little Dragon Quest knockoff, and a little Ninja Gaiden knockoff, and a little I don't know, probably like a, what was the shoot 'em up like?
It's just like a regular vertical or horizontal shooter. It was pretty decent. I mean, I liked it actually. The Retro Game Challenge, it looked cute. You know, it's like you're sitting there playing games with your friends, and there's a lot of games that are in there. So you're getting like a wide variety of games, but it wasn't so bad.
No, it was very from what Voxy was saying about it, it's based on the Game Center CX stuff too. So like you get the game the guy giving you the game challenge is Arino, who's the chief of the Game Center CX crew. So on that game show, or maybe it's wrong to call it a game show, but on Game Center CX, like every week, there's a section of the show that's Arino's challenge,
Mm-hmm.
where Arino's trying to play like an old game and complete some specific challenge on that old game. But it's a really good show. Highly recommend it to anyone. Anyone interested in video game history, and they typically have long interviews with Japanese developers on the show as well, where they talk about just their history. Like they had one that was the guy behind Space Invaders. They interviewed the original developer.
Oh, really?
Let's see.
Yeah, Jay Cocoon is insane. Jay Cocoon with those rare monsters, and he's been going at it, that's a lot of time. I know I've seen this somewhere. I think I saw this on someone's. It was somewhere that I saw this, that I was watching a lot of this, and this guy just sits around, he plays video games, talks about them. It's really informative.
Yeah, he also visits. He does a bunch of visits to various game centers. So like like the claw machines and old arcades and a bunch of various things around town. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool show. Highly recommend it if you're interested in. Well, I mean, obviously, if you're watching this,
Yeah, well, we are interested in retro gaming.
Yep.
Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus. I'm taking that
Yeah.
as a morning game.
So that was a new set last week that came out, and somebody put it on Pulse's wheel, and Pulse sat down and badged it within 2 hours. So it's a very easy badge if you want an easy badge. It's actually not bad. At least from watching Pulse play it, it's not a bad game. It is definitely aimed at little girls. It is not difficult at all. There's no you don't take any damage from walking into the boss when you fight the boss. So
Sounds
there's no
like
body damage.
Sounds like
It's
my type
just,
of game.
Yeah. There you go.
Something
first
I
badge
could
for
beat.
saying
Something I could beat.
Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus.
And then we'll get DW and we'll do Barney again.
There you go.
And I might do Fisher Price right after that.
There you go. Start your peak streak. One badge
Yep.
a day.
Wow, we sat down and did it in 2 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah, within 2 hours, and that was actually was pretty cool. He badged Jack Brothers this morning. That was he just had a to finish off a deathless run with Jack Frost in Jack Brothers, and then he did Barbie was the next game. So he got 2 badges in a row, and then he started up the Pugsley game, the Addams Family Pugsley's. What is it, like his scavenger hunt? I think.
Oh
On
god,
Super
the one on
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Oof. That game.
All right. Check out what Rev's been doing.
That game's gross.
Or actually, Rev shows up sometimes, but he started up in Final Fantasy XI. Been working on Monster Hunter Freedom and Sonic Riders. Okay, so he's been hitting all the new sets. Very cool. Is there a set for Richard Scarry's Busy Town? There is.
Oh,
That's
boy.
actually what I was planning to do at some point too.
I love Busy Town.
Yeah.
Busy Town was great. The show was great. The books were great. It was a solid series. And Cosmic, yes, I do have to do Barney. I have to finish Barney. You're right about that.
So this is what I've been up to last week. I got Popful Mail badged, and I got Game Boy Tetris badged. Those were kind of my major achievements last week. I tried a bit more on one of the other PSP Tetris games. This one's Tetraminos. It's kind of not worth it. It's got these two 10-pointers for essentially getting to the level 30 on classic on obstacle, and they're both about as difficult as each other. But in this particular version of Tetris, as soon as your block hits the ground, you can't move it. It's done. So you don't have much leeway to like slide something in or to do like a T-spin. So I'm not a big fan of this one, but I've got almost every other achievement on this, so I keep going back to it every once in a while. Yeah, there's an Echo Junior set also. Yeah. Jack Brothers seems fun, but kind of tough to learn.
Jack Bros is a good game. I'm
not any good at it. I keep trying for at the very least to get through one playthrough with Jack Frost, and I get to about like the fourth dungeon or whatever, third or fourth dungeon. I should really give that more time. I think it's still on my list of things to do for Oktoberfest or
Foxy. Foxy played Jack Bros and he made it look super easy.
Well, he had troubles with the Jack Frost playthrough as well. It's really sad. They make the mascot, the main mascot, the weakest character by far. But he did badge it, so yeah.
I remember.
And then the other, the other stuff I've been working on, Phantasy Star. I played a bit of that cheesecake.
Girls in
Jigsaw
Motion
puzzle game. Yeah, there's nothing explicit in this one. It's fine. A lot of the girls are actually not very cute, unfortunately. But some of the mechanics in the game are actually kind of interesting. They have they actually have a video playing as you're putting the pieces down, and it's like the girl doing glamour shots or whatever. But like the whole thing is moving as you're putting the picture that your jigsaws are like, so constantly trying to reference where the piece that you're trying to place goes is a little bit more tough than if you were just putting it like on a solid picture. So it's kind of different and interesting. And of course Mario Clock we talked about, Penguin Patrol we talked about. And I started playing the other Jigsaw one from NIS. It's unfortunately got a lot of the same puzzles as Jigsaw Madness. So there's some new ones, but it's like there's 20 pages worth of puzzles and 15 of them are exactly the same ones from Jigsaw Madness. So having already badged that one before, it's like,
It's like, do you want to do this again?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. You're just doing a Jigsaw. It's a little bit mindless. It's fine to do between meetings or whatever. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Then I got RVK and Theo, Cosmic, Tricky, and Stunt and Drake. We'll get to. So RVK's been up to Operation C, which is a Contra game on Game Boy. So that's the Game Boy Contra.
Interesting.
There you go. And the Game Boy Space Invaders. And Punisher on Game Boy, and Incredible Hulk on Super Nintendo. I think that was one of the new sets from 3 weeks ago.
Moonwalker on Mega Drive.
Yeah, Moonwalker. That's a really fun one.
I like it. It's got a good soundtrack.
Well, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, of course. The opening's pretty awesome.
And then Theo's been doing Kirby, Nightmare in Dreamland, on Game Boy Advance, Half Minute Hero, Sonic Riders, Ninja Gaiden, and Sonic Heroes.
Wow, he's 80% at
Sonic
Sonic Heroes. That's pretty cool.
RVK really likes the Game Boy games. Yeah, Game Boy has a really good library, like surprisingly. Because when I was a kid, I guess I had really bad luck because I played Pokemon, which is fine. I played, Metroid 2, which is pretty good. But the Mega Man games on there are kind of bad, and some of the other games I played on Game Boy were there was like a Star Wars game I played that was kind of bad. So my impression of Game Boy was just very low at the time. But since hanging out with you guys, Tailgater, the Kirby games on Game Boy, there's really good games on that system.
You just played Mario Land and Tetris? What, for Game Boy? Mario Land for Game Boy is good.
Yeah, Mario Land is pretty good. Mario Land 1, the pixels are a little bit strange. I'm not sure how. I'm not really giving a good description there, but just the way things look and the way things are placed, it's a little bit weird.
What, for Game Boy?
Mario Land 2 is a lot better.
I always liked the stage where Mario was in the sub, and you had the seahorses and everything coming after you, and you had to fight the final seahorse. I really, really liked Mario for Game Boy. And it's kind of odd, too. It's like, I don't know why I never booted that up and played it, because I really had a good time with it. So...
Knocker says the Kirby's Adventure in Nightmare, or Nightmare in Dreamland is really good.
Yeah, Sub and Plane. That was a really good game. You might actually boot that up and just play it for a little bit. It was a fun game.
Yeah, not a
Try
bad
that
one.
out. But I got to badge Barney.
Cosmic has been doing. Yeah,
I got to do Barney.
Do that.
You have to do Barney. Cosmic. What's
So
Cosmic doing?
Yeah, he's been doing Oddworld and TMNT 4. That was our challenge game. And Dragon Quest. I think you were doing that for the monthly melee, right? There's a monthly melee around Dragon Quest for Valentine's this month. And working on Oddworld. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good 2D puzzle platformer. Great series. Great series of games. And then Tricky Nick, this is one of our friends that we met usually when we hang out with Wiseman. He's over on that channel a lot. And he's popped in on my channel quite a bit too. But he's been working on the Final Fantasy IV set, the 2 set, 2 which is 4 on Super Nintendo, and the 6 set. So. And previously badged, I think he badged Zelda 1. So he's been working on Link to the Past and Pushover. Interesting. Another puzzle game.
Oh God, no.
I might have to add that one.
Oh no.
I think he mentioned. I think he talked to us about this one.
What, the Pushover?
Well, published Ocean.
By Ocean?
Well, published by.
Anything with Ocean's name on it is bad. Oh, A Link to the Past. There we go. Zelda 2. Final Fantasy 2. Pushover gets pretty damn hard.
I think is Tricky the one that always tells us to play Lemmings?
Tricky was bothering yesterday Wiseman, telling him that he needs to play Holy Diver. And he was going on and on and on telling Wiseman to play Holy Diver. And Wiseman was like, oh man, I got to play that game. Thanks, Tricky. That seems pretty awesome. And I'm like, wait, what? So, yeah. There's my lonely zero of no masteries whatsoever. Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
Here's
we'll
Drake.
get there. We'll get there with Barney.
Drake's been working on Metroid 2 and California Games.
California Games is awesome.
And he badged Legend of Zelda several weeks ago. But more recently, he's been doing Metroid 2 and California Games. You got to find some time to stream, sir.
Yeah.
We will watch and cheer you on. But
yeah,
but
but
done, man.
Knocker, he will play Holy Diver and sit there and ram himself into that game just to even try to beat it, and then he'll go back and play something else, and then so yeah, that's the way he is. Wow, I got 9 out of 17 for Barney. I really should just go back and play Arrow Flash. I'm doing good with that. Symphony of the Night. Like, look at that. I come so close. Why do I give up?
Yeah. But you didn't get any achievements on Super VG? Dude.
For wait, Super V. No, I
Yeah.
didn't even. I know because my RA wasn't working. Arrow Flash, I'm doing pretty good at.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Arrow
gotta
Flash
badge
is good.
something, man.
I know.
Whether it's
I
Arrow
know.
Flash or Magic Knight Rare, Hyperduel, something.
There's that one right there. What is? How do you say that name, Baron? The one that's on PCFX.
Oh yeah, Chojin Heiki Zero Gar, or you could just think of it as Alien Weapon Zero Gar.
That is a really good game. Oh, there's no achievements for what is it, Rexbar? I can't even see the damn thing from here.
Too many watch parties and
Random
Fantasy
R.
Star watching.
Yeah,
I've been
exactly.
pretty busy with Fantasy Star. I do appreciate your coming and hanging out when I'm playing Fantasy Star and give me lots of tips on that. I do appreciate that. But
The set, you have no idea how garbage the set is for Soldier Blade. I was talking to that with Zash, and to do it on hard mode, and oof. I'm gonna try to get as far as I can. I just really want to get that 900,000. That's what I'm after. So let's see what's this.
Right.
Who's this?
and then this is casually. This is he's one of the devs. He hangs out with BCG and Knocker and Manny a lot. But he's one of the guys that gives me lots of tips on how to be a Tetris master. But it looks like he's been playing Tony Hawk's and Mario.
He's
Lots of
super
Mario.
close. Yeah, Knocker, I don't blame you. That Deathless on hard is disgusting. I'll do as far as I can in that game, and then I'll just jump over to something else like Hyperduel, and I'll like rock out Hyperduel. I mean, or play like a different shmup or something like that. But I got to get a badge somehow. I mean, being off for as long as I'm going to be off for, I really should get a badge in something. Star
I
Fox
agree.
and Adventure for GameCube. That'd be cool. So speaking of all these games, Baron, what game do you have for us tonight?
Well, perfect transition, sir, because I'm just pulling it up now. I started playing some Penguin Patrol, so I figured I'd go for the next 10 levels, get the achievement for that. For
Penguin
tonight, how about you,
Patrol.
sir?
Oh, me, I'm
Load
just
up
going to
some
go.
Soldier Blade.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to my favorite game of Soldier Blade.
All right. I'll do this one.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, let me swap up what I'm sharing here, and we will share this one.
I'm going to try to get the levels done and everything. PC Engine's got a lot of good games. Kadash is a reasonable good game. I noticed there's a lot of shooters that came out also for Saturn as well that I'm looking at. But really, I'm looking at the PC Engine library and trying to see like what I could do. Soldier Blade's a phenomenal game. I mean, it really, really is a solid game. I was actually I was debating, like I was telling Baron, pulling the trigger and just getting the game already physically because I just love the game that much. I mean, I play it, either on RetroArch or I have the EverDrive for the PC CD, and it's odd because I found like my desk area got taken over the weekend because people wanted to play Minecraft and all that other stuff. So oddly enough, I loaded up Soldier Blade, and I played Soldier Blade, I think, for almost 2.5 hours, and then I went over to Hellfire S, and I was playing that for a while too. So that's an awesome game. The soundtrack is amazing for Hellfire S.
Yeah. Do you want to get my thing up on screen too, or I see you've just got Soldier Blade right now.
Yeah, I got Soldier Blade right now. I'll bring you up as well.
And Drake says Waifu Clicker. Waifu Clicker is a really easy badge too.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got to do Waifu Clicker. I don't know about doing this.
There we go.
Oh my god, your game's music is amazing. I would just play that game just for the music.
Let's see.
Wow, Baron, that music is amazing. Alright, let's get back to this.
We want to go here. I think we have to end over there.
Wow, Baron, your music's pretty damn good. That game looks adorable, and the graphics are really good on that.
That was not right. Let's see. Oh,
You
this
can
will do
hear
it.
me,
This will
right?
work. Yep, I can hear you. I'm just puzzling out which way to go here. That's all.
I actually lowered the volume on mine because yours is just so good.
Yeah, it's got some pretty good tunes.
Ow. Alright, what am I gonna get? What garbage am I gonna get now from this game? It's very whimsical, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to put it, I think.
Oh, I completely got blown away by them. This is not very good, not with this power up. You can't see Baron?
Oh yeah, you have to click watch stream.
Oh no, I did that. I was just wondering why I had you up there and then all of a sudden it just popped off.
Let's see.
Alright, Owaz, I'm coming for your score, buddy. I just messed up. I need to get better. Come on. Need to hit these guys up.
No.
I gotta be right on top of these guys. I missed the Z. That's not good.
There we go.
Let's do the normal game. I hope you guys could hear Baron stream. It's amazing.
Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh, that's not gonna work either.
Alright, I got the green power up. Alright, let's see if we can do this. So then really, this was just a game that you download it off of the store, right? Because they didn't have any physical releases of games.
Right. Hmm. Huh.
You trying to find a new path?
Well, so I have to knock out all the ice. And I have to... yeah, okay. I think I figured it out. There we go. Have to get all the penguins and clear all the ice.
And that's how you get your stars, right?
Yep.
I would even go along with saying it's a very chill game.
Yep.
Come on. So apparently for the first stage of this, there's a 98% shoot down achievement that you have to do. So you have to get like 98% of like the people gone. Like shoot them all down. That's a little insane. The only way I would even know how to do that is with the green laser, which is like the power up that I have right now. And because you just overpower everything in this game with this. And I get switched back to this stupid thing. I hate the red one. Back to green. Haha. Graphic wise, for what it is, it's not a bad looking game at all.
Yeah, it looks really good for what it is.
I gotta blow his midsection up like now. Oh, just when he was about to hit me with the midsection. Alright, buddy, come on. Negative move what, to the left? Left, shoot these out, shoot your little spaghettios at me. The purple orbs, now you go back to shooting these things, huh? Yep.
There we go.
Done. Operation complete. Oh man, I didn't get the 90th percentile. That's hard. Even with the green laser, and I was like basically shooting everything. That's a little annoying. Alright, whatever. Get green, and then just sit here and do what I need to do. I did not want the lasers. You know, I keep on saying it, and I sound like a broken record, but that game has a phenomenal soundtrack.
Just the little penguin game.
It really just sounds whimsical and fun. Like, I'm actually kind of jealous that you're playing it, and I'm not. It looks awesome.
I'm enjoying it.
It seems really enjoyable.
Playful penguins like to run. Once they start running, they won't stop until you catch them. Oh no.
Should I take the green? I'm gonna take the green. What green? Green level 3 is nasty. No, I don't want red. Stay away from me. Back again, I see. Yeah, buddy. Oh, he got me good. Shit, I'm all out of everything. Alright.
The way the sea lion sounds too.
Shit, this is where I lose it. Yeah, this is a tough area right here. Those guys are a pain. I need to get another power up. Give me green, 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 green. Oh, that was... You know what, if you're gonna give me a level 3 red, I'll just take a level 3 red, it's fine. I don't like this guy that much.
Here we go.
Oh, I forgot to stay up top.
I'm glad there's no achievements on this one to not use the go back button.
Oh, so if you make a mistake, you can go back?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome. I need to get those guys out quick. I'm not doing a good job here. Get that, get that, get that, get that, get that, get that, get that.
Oops.
You fell in the water.
Yeah, one of the penguins fell in. Yeah, I can't get to him from here, so I think I have to go. Here first. Oh. There we go.
I don't know his patterns yet. I just flew right into a bullet for just some dumb reason. That sucked. This stage is definitely chaotic. Oh, that was a really botched run. Alright, here we go with the 5-minute challenge. Ready and start.
Nope, that's not gonna do it. No way back. No.
I'm at 3-6 right now. This isn't good. Come on, come on.
Nope, that's not gonna work either. This is actually pretty tough.
It's adorable, but it's tough. Well, looks like I'm going to be having a snow day tomorrow.
Are you gonna play this tomorrow?
No, like we're actually going to have a snow day tomorrow.
Oh.
But probably I'll play that tomorrow. That thing's adorable. I think I need that game in my life. You know, kind of makes me think about what you were saying about the DSi. I wonder how they pulled the games off and got them on ROMs.
Don't know.
Because I looked it up and there were people selling DSi's with like all downloadable games and stuff on them on eBay, and I was like, wow, never knew about this system before. Great, I'm up to 7. Come on, what am I doing wrong in this? Am I like supposed to beat this guy? Wow, he is brutal. Oh shoot. Yeah, I gotta like corner and move. Time's up. 8-1, 8-2.
I don't have any way to get these other ones.
That guy should have been down already.
That's not gonna work. Oh darn, this one's hard. So I can get one of them this way. I think I'll cut myself off that way. I leave the 6 there. I do that. Can't do that. Doesn't work. I have no way back to there either. Cosmic says he finished Day of the Diver today, and I'll be starting a different game tomorrow. I might start my stream a little later tomorrow, so people can show up at the beginning if they want. Nice.
8-4. Come on, why is it 8-4?
What are you starting tomorrow, Cosmic? You gonna do any Oddworld on stream?
This guy's friggin' relentless.
Playing an RPG with dinosaurs. Interesting.
Oh, RPG with dinosaurs. I'd like to see that.
Okay. Oddworld is an offline thing. Does I have to look lots of stuff up? Oh, gotcha. There we go. Okay. That was rough.
Trying not to be so hyper focused on a score.
either. That's not gonna work.
And now the game starts picking up pace.
Oh shoot. Huh. Nope. Nope, that's not gonna work.
I am blasting everything that comes up on the screen.
Nope, that's not gonna work. Work.
Come on, come on, come on. Nope. 7. I was even worse than last time.
Let's leave an ice cube here. Maybe after you badge Oddworld, I'll play the remake on stream though. Cool. Yeah, because then you'll know what to do for the most part. I mean, I imagine there's probably some stuff reimagined. I keep being left with like lone ice cubes.
And there we go.
Did you get your 900,000?
No. I got 8-4. Did he really get... No, I gotta go back and look and see if he got 900,000 and how he did it. Because I just played and blasted everything on that screen.
Did we get both of those? Oh, okay, that works. Wait. I go here, here, here. Okay. That was rough.
So we've been going for 2.5 hours, and it's almost 11:30 here. So I don't know if you want to read out to someone.
Yeah, do you have any ideas?
I don't know. We were both playing these, and I completely got sucked into this one. Ow.
Alright, well, I'm about to get the level 20, the achievements I was after. There we go.
That's awesome. Let's see. Wise Man's
All right.
playing, and Zash is on.
What is Ash playing?
Let's take a look. He's probably playing a shmup.
Oh, he's playing Xenocrisis.
Yes, Xenocrisis. So why would he?
And Wiseman is playing some. Also shoot 'em up. What's that game? That looks cool.
Isolated Warrior.
Isolated Warrior.
I think that's what came up when I looked at him. Isolated Warrior. That does look pretty cool. Was that like an NES game?
See, Zash has got 10 viewers. Wise has got 5. Let's go give Wise some more. Because he got fewer. Alright, thanks everybody for coming out. Cosmic, Manny, Knocker, Drake. I know Slippy's already left, but if you're listening on the VOD, thanks for coming by. Oh, you already got the raid going.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully you learned about some new games that might catch your interest, whether it's Star Wars Force Unleashed or some Penguin Patrol, some Mario Clock,
Some
I
Soldier
think Foxy was
Blade.
here earlier. Yeah, Soldier Blade, Sword Blade.
Many.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
many was
everybody.
there.
Have a great night.
All right, thanks
God bless.
everyone. And we're gonna read out.